What's going on? Welcome back to Fathersondiygarage.
Today, we're going to turn this mountain of pallet wood into a free pallet wood table. All right, we started this project out by first removing all the nails from these pieces of wood, and then we ran them through the planer to get down to some really good wood to use. And as you can see, it took several passes to do so. Once we had all that done, we had a nice milled up pile of lumber. And as you can see, this reclaimed lumber can have an effect on your planer blades, so just be sure to have all the nails and staples out of the wood before planing. For our next step, we took all of our pieces to the chop saw. We set up a stop block at 37 inches. Our final width and length of the table is going to be 36 by 36. So we decided to cut at 37 to give us a little playroom. Hey, thanks for joining us at Fathersondiygarage. If this is your first time and you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe and comment below, I subscribed. We sure appreciate the support. After all our pieces were cut down to size, we took them over to the table saw. We used this jig to cut a straight edge in each piece. This is our third pallet project on our channel. We did a coffee table and an American flag. So, if you like pallet projects, be sure to check those out as well. We'll leave links in the description below.
Once we had a straight edge cut on all sides, we set up our table saw to cut out some 2-inch pieces. Our final thickness for the tabletop is going to be 1.5 inches. So we left plenty of room to do some planing, so this thing's going to be nice and flat. The tabletop in total took 72 2-inch pieces, so make sure if you're following along with the build that you have plenty of pallet wood to go around. Once we had all 72 of our pieces cut out, we took them over to the workbench to begin gluing them up. We put them on our pipe clamps and began spreading them out to put some glue on. We wanted to make sure we had a generous amount of glue on each piece, that way we were left with no gaps at the final product. We go ahead and use this plastic roller just to spread our glue out nice and evenly. We repeated this process 3 times because we wanted to have 3 12-inch pieces to send through our planer.
Houston, we have a problem. Check it out. After the glue up of these 3 panels, we have a nice bow in this table. We don't have a planer big enough to take care of that, so what we're going to do is try to get some metal channels in here and screw those in and see what happens. All right, to take this curve out of the table, we're routing a 1-inch deep channel on each side of the table, and then we're going to insert an angle iron and screw that down. All right, here you see Joe drilling some holes in the angle iron so we can screw it down to the table. Once that problem was solved, we cut off the ends to square up the table. Finally, we get to everybody's favorite part of the job, sanding. And sanding. And sanding. And more sanding. We started sanding with 60 grit and worked our way up to 150. Hey, check out that chamfer. If you don't have a router, you can use your sander at an angle to chamfer the sides of your table. With the sanding complete and after removing all the dust, we applied our polyurethane finish. And this right here is the first of 4 coats of finish that we're applying to this table.
Nice. And with the tabletop finished, we went into building our base. I grabbed this 3-inch pipe off the welding table, cut it down to size, about 30 inches, and then I cut out a 20-inch diameter circle out of some 1/4-inch steel plate. After I cut it out, I used the sanding wheel on the edges to make sure it was nice and rounded over. I went ahead and got those pieces nice and squared together and then welded it up. Then I cut a piece of 1/4-inch steel plate with the circular saw, and that's going to be what connects to the table. Here I am laying out the center where the pipe's going to be connected, and then each one of these X's on the sides is going to be where a hole is made to attach to the table. Using our drill press here with a 1/4-inch bit, drilling out those holes. Same thing, got the welding squares out, make sure it's nice and level. Put a full weld on that. With the base all welded up, I went ahead and sanded off some of that surface rust and then applied some black paint. And if you guys are just here for the woodworking aspect of the project, I'm going to link this table base below. It's similar dimensions to the one that we built, and for 50 bucks, it seems like a pretty good deal compared to how much work we did. So I'm going to leave that in the description below. With the tabletop and the base complete, we went ahead and flipped it over, put our base on top, and laid out our holes for our threaded inserts. I like to tape my drill bit the length of the threads. Drill that out, that way I know how deep I'm going with the hole. And you'll see they have threads on the outside and the inside, so you just crank them down in there with an Allen key.
Let's play.
Cheers to another successful father-son DIY build.
Yeah, you guys, this is a really low-cost build. Probably in it for less than 30 bucks. So it's doable for anybody, any skill set, you know. So take a whack at it.
And we're really happy with the way this edge grain came out. Looks really nice, gives it a unique look. So if you have some pallets, give it a try.
Thanks for tuning in to Father Son DIY Garage.
Cheers.